Hey, top of the morning to you. This is Rose Price at Landmark Real Estate here in Champaign, Urbana. Today's video is all about the dedication of the Atkins Stone Creek Golf Course. And my, what a presentation we had this week. We had a lot of dignitaries there from the University of Illinois. We had Josh Whitman, we had Spencer Atkins, we had the Chancellor at the U of I, we had the President at the U of I, men and women's golf coaches, and several others. And we heard from all of them, and they had a lot of great things to say about the donation of that land from the Atkins family. So stay tuned for the presentation. I think you'll find it interesting. And, until we meet again, have a powerful day.
How you doing today, buddy?
My name is Stevie J. Khachaturian. When I started as a young disc jockey, they said that they can't sing your last name, so you need a radio name. There were 4 Steves at the station, so I went Stevie and used my middle name, and that's where I am. But my mom and dad met 2.5 miles from here. And my father came to America, couldn't speak English, came on a 1945 troop ship that the enemy was trying to sink, turned 21 on the top deck of the USS General Mann, and came to the University of Illinois to become a civil engineer, bachelor's, master's, PhD, and was amazing success. I love Illinois, it's in my DNA, and I love Illinois. I love Illinois. It's about legacy. And as far as a local family in my town, the Atkins family is one of the best ever. I knew Clint pretty well for 5 years, worked around him. I had my bachelor's at the time, but I think that was my master's and PhD. Working around the Great Lake, Clint Atkins. And about 23 years ago, they got with the Nugents. They built this out of farmland, an amazing golf course for the area. And then his wonderful wife, Susie, and the family decided a couple of years ago, we're going to give this away to the University of Illinois. To be the men's and women's golf course, to be open to the public. It's stunning. And it's an amazing thing, an amazing gift. It's one thing to earn money, it's another thing to share it. And the Atkins family has been that way for many, many years, and they're wonderful people, wonderful family, and they went to Boy Scouts here, for crying out loud. It's just a great joy for me to be part of this in such a small way to facilitate today's great dedication at Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois. Doesn't that sound nice? The Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois. And by the way, my kids have 7 degrees from Illinois, and I've been to the president's house 7 times for free lunch. And Dr. Colleen, I'm pretty sure you called security on the 7th one because you thought I was a stalker that didn't belong. But we did, and we love the University of Illinois. Well, we're going to get it started with all these wonderful dignitaries, our president, our chancellor, athletic director, coaches. We're all here, and I'm happy to introduce our athletic director. I think he's doing a super job. And by the way, we're aware that he got a contract adjustment. Dr. Colleen and Chancellor Jones, he's worth every penny. Ladies and gentlemen, your athletic director who's really running the ship here at athletics is Josh Whitman.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and what a special day. It's couldn't have better weather. It couldn't have better occasion. Not the first time Stevie's ever done this, so appreciate everyone coming out and joining us on what is really just such an exciting occasion. A day really 2.5 years in the making when you sit back on these moments and you reflect on the journey that you've traveled to get to this place, I think back over all that has happened over the last 2.5 years, not just relative to the golf course here, but certainly across society and around the world. It's been an eventful few years for all of us, and very meaningful to be standing here today. But it's a day that officially ushers in a new era for what was originally the Stone Creek Golf Course, a course that was built by Clint and Susie Atkins, the Atkins family, 23 years ago, a gem here in southeast Urbana. It's a day we officially rechristened this course as the Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois, an asset that I think will continue to accrue benefit not just to Fighting Illini athletics, but certainly to the University of Illinois and all of Champaign and Urbana. We talk a lot within the athletic program about finding the intersection between needs and opportunities. And as I was reflecting back on, again, this journey we traveled to get here today, I thought about what the different needs were back in 2019 when some of these conversations first began. And from the athletics perspective, we knew from the point of view of our men's and women's golf teams, obviously those programs have continued to progress at a remarkable rate. But we knew that the one piece that was missing for them was a championship caliber home, a place where they could come play with the length that they needed, with the quality that they needed, that they could host home events where we could potentially host NCAA championship events. That was a need for the athletic program. I think as you looked at this particular area of Urbana, southeast Urbana, the Stone Creek development, I think there was a need for some stability. There was a need for what comes next for this great golf course and this community of people that has lived down here now for over 20 years. And I think that as a broader community, there was a need for high-end golf, there was a need for hospitality, there was a need to continue to try and promote Champaign, Urbana, and the great University of Illinois in new and exciting ways. And so you've got these needs on one hand, and you try and find the opportunity on the other. And really that's where the Atkins family comes in the conversations that we were able to start with Spencer and expand it out to Susie and the rest of their family, the opportunity to utilize this incredible facility for the betterment of our community and ultimately to address a number of those needs is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me as a professional, and I think once-in-a-lifetime moment for all of Champaign-Urbana. And so we're thrilled to be here today. Just to remind everybody what this is. This is a conversation that started between DIA, the athletic program. Originally started with some discussion around this golf facility. It then grew to include over 100 unsold real estate parcels in the neighboring communities. It grew to include over 75 acres of undeveloped land that's in and around the golf course here. It grew to include another parcel of land over here that's now being used by the Geese College of Business. Ultimately grew to be over 300 total acres of land, the buildings, a total gift valued at over $15 million. It's the most unique, multifaceted gift and project I've ever had the pleasure of working on, and one of the most unique gifts that I've ever heard about, not just here at our university, but at any university. And so just can't say enough to the Atkins family for their vision and their leadership, their willingness to engage with us on this project. And I think it speaks volumes also about the power of this block I. I think you hang that block I on the side of that building, you start to associate with this university. We were able to bring a level of stability, a level of energy, a level of resources to a project like this one that can truly accelerate it into the future. And that's something that gives us incredible pride, I know, as an institution. As you would imagine, a project like this one, A, as we know, it doesn't happen overnight, and B, it certainly doesn't happen with a small number of people. This is a project that has involved dozens and dozens of people over the last 2.5 years, and certainly I can't name every one of them individually today, but I will do my best to highlight a few folks that I hope you'll indulge me as I run down a list here. But campus-wise, this has been a tremendous collaboration. Again, this is something that tested us as an institution. We've never had the opportunity to accept a gift quite like this one in our past. So many different stakeholders from across the campus. You'll hear here in a moment from our Chancellor, Robert Jones, has continued to provide exceptional leadership to the community. He immediately embraced and understood the value of this project to the institution. I understand Chancellor Herman is also here today, not somebody who was involved in the project on a day-to-day basis, but thrilled to have one of our former chancellors here. Thank you for being with us. President Killeen, you'll hear from as well. This is a project that raised all the way up to the system level, and grateful to him for all of his support of again, a game-changing opportunity for the University of Illinois and the broader system. We're also joined by former president today. Bob Easter is here. Thank you, Bob, for being with us. Grateful to him for his support, his wonderful wife, Cheryl, for all the things that they do to support Illinois athletics. The University of Illinois Foundation has been a tremendous partner in this project, led by their president, Jim Moore. A lot of this gift has been flowed through the foundation as it needed to be, and grateful to them for their creativity and innovation as we put this together. Our Office of Vice Chancellor for Institutional Affairs, or Institutional Advancement, Barry Benson, under his leadership, our Provost, Andreas Cancelleras. I see Jeff Brown, the Dean of the College of Business, is here. Been a tremendous partner of athletics on a number of different fronts. This is one of those landscapes where we have partnered. Bruce Walden is here today. Bruce is our head of real estate for the university. Scott Rice and his team in legal. Everything comes back to the law at some point, and so a lot of contract work, a lot of risk management that went into this. I'm really grateful to the city of Urbana. This tested all of us in new ways, and it was just a really creative thought that we put in front of some people, and our gratitude to Mayor Marlin and the city of Urbana's support. This was a great opportunity to provide some stability to a really critical part of that community, and we presented some new ideas to them, and they were incredibly supportive and have continued to be so from the beginning. A few people who were involved in the project itself, all the work that has happened since the transaction occurred. Greg Cornetta and the Wadsworth Construction Company. For those of you who are going to have a chance to get out on the course today, you'll see some of the work that's happened across the golf course. Tom Grunlow and Grunlow Construction. Drew Rogers is here, the architect for the work. Drew, I see you in the back. There you are. Drew, for really designing a fantastic golf course, a course that now extends over 7,500 yards, capable of housing our men's team and the distance that they bring off the tee. Redesigned bunkers. I've learned a lot. I mean, most of you who know me know I'm not a huge golfer, self-admitted, but I've learned that now better Billy bunkers is a really big deal. So I'm really excited to see that we've got the better Billy bunker system out there. We've reworked our fairways, and the course will, I think, challenge those who want to be challenged. It'll give you some opportunities for other golfers like me who want to just go out and have a nice day in front of good weather. I want to thank our new friends from Troon. Troon's one of the great golf management companies in the world. We're joined today by Philip Martin, one of their senior vice presidents. I want to thank them for their support. Jim Buzzy is our director of golf. I hope if you haven't already, you'll have a chance to get into the pro shop and spend a few minutes with Jim. He's provided tremendous leadership since the pro shop opened late last fall. Nate Jordan is our superintendent, and again, as you get out on the course today, you'll see what incredible condition it is in, and truly one of the fantastic courses in all the state of Illinois. I think people are starting to discover the secret that is homegrown. Our restaurant here on site, our thanks to Abby and Ryan Rogers for coming on board and providing a tremendous farm-to-table restaurant. One of the really cool elements of this project, for those of you who aren't aware, is we're actually growing the food that Homegrown is serving about 500 yards from here, and so it's been fantastic to be able to allocate about 5 acres of organic land that is now being farmed, and that food will come across the table here at the Homegrown restaurant. And so thanks to Ryan and Abby for partnering with us, and excited about where that will go. I want to thank our local homeowners. There are a number, as you can just look around, obviously a lot of homes in the surrounding area here, people who have come forward and partnered with us on making sure this is a tremendous community, a tremendous place for people not only to come and recreate, but live as well. And we're so grateful to them for their patience and their support. Here in the Division of Intercollegiate Athletics, I had a lot of people who've had their hands involved in this project over the years. Susan Young was one of our initial leaders. Susan, I saw, is here somewhere, recently retired Chief Financial Officer. She's in the back there. Really took the reins on this early on and provided tremendous leadership. Roger Denny is our new COO. came on board after Susan retired and has picked up the baton and led it forward. Brett Stillwell is here and is our head of facilities. Did a tremendous amount of work in helping to make sure that in particular our buildings were getting the attention that they needed to be ready for today. Cassie Arner, a lot of you know Cassie. Cassie wears a lot of different hats for us in the context of the Atkins Club. She's become our de facto real estate agent. Of the 107 real estate parcels that I mentioned, we've now sold 72 of those in about 18 months' time. I think, again, that speaks to the power of the University of Illinois, the stability that we brought to this community. And that's generated almost $3.5 million that's being shared with different entities across campus. And so grateful to Cassie for her incredible work. Kylie Burton has been the organizer of this particular event, the dedication today. I want to say thanks to her. Bobby Busboom is someone who doesn't need much introduction for folks who involve or interact with our program, but she has been incredibly involved in our growing events and hospitality operation here through the Atkins Club. Our two golf coaches, you'll have a chance to hear from them here momentarily. We're very fortunate at the University of Illinois. We have two alums who represent our men's and women's golf programs, two of the great golfers in our program's history, but much more than that. They're incredible leaders, they're great partners, they have a championship vision for where our programs can go, and it's been a lot of fun to collaborate with them on this project over the last several years. What was clear to me from the very first conversations, we were not interested in a C-level golf course. If we weren't able to do this at a high level, then there really was no benefit to them. They made that very clear. And so we have tried to follow through on that. And I hope that as people have a chance to start experiencing this course, they'll recognize the quality that we've been able to bring forward, which is ultimately a reflection of the expectations that they have across their entire program. Last but not least, on the DIA side, I want to recognize Jackie Sismoniak. Jackie is our Assistant Athletic Director for Golf Operations. She has really been the point person on everything Atkins Club. Since the day we were able to solidify the gift, she stepped in and just done incredible work supervising every part of this. She's been the traffic cop on every element related to the project, whether it's the golf course, the facilities, the restaurant, the hospitality. Also 3 weeks from having her second baby, and so we're grateful to Jackie for being here today and for her incredible leadership. On the support side, just can't say enough things about all the different people who have stepped forward to make this possible. Steve Weimer, who you'll hear from here in a little bit, has been incredibly supportive, one of the unsung heroes, I would say, of Illinois golf, a name that many of you maybe haven't heard before, but somebody who has been working behind the scenes very generously for a long time to make this golf program special, and has been involved in some of our on-campus facilities, and now has been involved very meaningfully in this project as well. And thankful to his family and friends, everybody, for being here today. It really means the world to have him and everyone here to be a part of this special day. Alan and Nancy Carter, two stalwart business folks in the Urbana community, have stepped forward and helped this project happen in a very meaningful way. I mentioned earlier the Wadsworth family, the Wadsworth Golf Charities Foundation, and then Don Edwards. Don is a former golfer here, an incredibly passionate Fighting Illini, also happens to be the chair of our board of trustees currently, but somebody who's been involved in supporting our golf program in very substantive ways over the years. And he's unable to be with us today, but I know he's with us in spirit and certainly is excited about this new project. Last but not least, before I sit down, I just want to again reiterate our thanks to the Atkins family. We wouldn't be standing here today if not for the vision of Clint and Susie 23 years ago to create this beautiful facility, but more recently certainly the generosity of that family and your willingness to continue to step forward and support Fighting Illini athletics. A lot of you may not know their history, but their name is also on our indoor tennis facility back on campus. The Atkins Tennis Center has been a tremendous home for our men's and women's tennis programs now for approaching 30 years. We have their names on their recently built and almost completed Susan and Clint Atkins Baseball Training Center, an indoor training facility for our baseball teams that will be finished up this summer. They were one of the first to step in when we renovated our football stadium back in the mid-2000s, purchasers of our Founders Suites, and they have just been instrumental in so many different things, and their generosity is by no means limited to University of Illinois athletics. They are one of the most generous and impactful families in all of Champaign-Urbana and have been for generations now, and we just can't thank them enough. Their legacy is solidified not just on our campus but across all of this part of Illinois. And so thanks to the Atkins family for making this possible. We're forever grateful to each and every one of you, and excited to celebrate your family for generations to come with this incredible landmark. With that, I will turn the microphone over to my boss, Chancellor Jones. Chancellor Jones came.
I tell you what, there is some muscle in this group today. Let me tell you, the names that Josh mentioned and the people here, it's pretty strong. A lot of great Illinois supporters, a lot of great Illinois friends of mine in the past. Welcome, it's great to see you. What I'm excited, obviously, this whole thing is beautiful, isn't it? But the most thing I'm excited about today, personally, is I get to publicly thank the Atkins family for what you guys do, what you guys have done, your friendships. Susie, Suzette, Todd, Spencer, friends of mine for a long time. Clint supported our program unbelievably when I first got here. He reached out, wanted to help. It was a big part in our success of establishing a foundation. You know how I feel about you guys, but I want to publicly state and have everybody know it. The respect is astronomical, what I have for you and your family and the support you give to the university. So thank you very much. And along those lines, we wouldn't be here probably at this level today if it wasn't for another good friend of the program, a good friend of mine from our times in Danville, another Danvillian, who has stepped up and helped this program many times the past few years. Likes to fly under the radar, but I want to publicly state, and again, I want everybody know how much I care about this man, and it's great to have his family here today, all the way from Boston, Steve Weimer. Steve has helped the progression of our program, the momentum we had continue moving forward, and it's been special to get reacquainted, rekindle the friendship, but also have involved in our program. So again, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Atkins family, obviously, and then for Steve to step up and really join us in a special way. Quickly, I just want to mention that when I'm thinking about what to say today, I have 2 to 5 minutes they gave me, so I'm just trying to think what to say here. When I got here 22 years ago, we wanted to build something special. We wanted to build a program, not a team. I say that a lot. We needed facilities, and the way the administration, the way the donors, many donors here today that have helped us throughout the year in facilities, but the way everybody stepped up to work on the orange and blue when we needed it, to build a short game area at the orange and blue when we needed it. We needed $100,000, which was a lot of money back then, to build a short game area. We needed somewhere to train, for people to step up quickly and accomplish that, bridge the gap up until we could build the immersion indoor golf facility. I know Kara's here today, and the family, Richard, I mean, everybody's, your parents, it's been a great relationship. To step up and do that was special. So as a coach, to come in and see all these things happen, and then the Lords and Rollers Outdoor Center to follow immediately after that, and then the Atkins family step up and do this in the golf course gift, and Steve, just to see the progression, just shows the true quality, character, and family that this university has, and support for all its players and teams. It just warms my heart to the minute I got back here after playing here and coming back after 10 years, to see people buy in and want to help and want to support means so much, and it continues to this day. The golf course, my guys, we went out and played a secretive round 2 days ago with no pins in the greens. There were cups, but no pins. And when they were done, they were floored. They're so excited about the challenge that this golf course is going to present and the condition it's going to be kept in. And the feeling that when you come out here, we all know great facilities and great places to visit. It's all about the vibe and the feeling you get. And to have an orange and blue, positive, optimistic feeling when you arrive out here as the public or even as the team is a major issue. And to have a team lounge in there that our guys can go to between 9s or between 18s. And we are going to host a spring event here next year to have a place where we can hang out and have team meetings and kind of call their own. It's a big deal. It's going to help, obviously, the present players, but also the future players in recruiting. And as the coach, I can't be more grateful and thankful for the Atkins family, Steve, everybody else that's helped in this facility and getting this thing off the ground, but also all of Illini Golf Nation is pretty special. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are indeed very fortunate
to call the Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois home. Drew Rogers has created a new and exciting test for our team members that will aid in their preparation for any and all competition. The team will be challenged with a variety of types of shots, as well as some different visuals. This will serve them well over the course of the season, as we prepare for various courses and the postseason. The lounge is certainly a welcomed addition, as it is a dedicated space solely for our team. It will provide them with the opportunity to prep before a round, as well as relax following in a private setting. Spending time together off the golf course is key to any championship team, as it enables relationships to grow and strengthen. As we know, facilities have such a vital role in the recruiting process. Student athletes want the opportunity to refine their skills on a championship venue, and Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois certainly provides that. This facility will also be capable of hosting a wide variety of tournaments, including junior, collegiate, and amateur events, providing the chance for junior players from across the country to visit Champaign, Urbana, and experience our home course. We have many people to thank for this day becoming a reality. The Atkins family and their incredible gift of this facility. Steve Weimer and his continued support of Illinois golf. Architect Drew Rogers, welcoming input from Mike and I during the design phase. Josh Whitman and his vision of what this could become. The entire staff here at Atkins Golf Club, and of course Jackie, the person who put all the pieces of this project together during the past almost 2 years. Again, thank you all for providing this resource, not only for the men's and women's golf teams here at the U of I, but the entire Champaign-Urbana community. Thank you.
Well, I hope everybody's doing well today. So many people to thank, Todd, Susie, but I think I'll spare you all and keep it short. You all know who you are. I want to tell everybody real quickly, as I sat and looked around, look down at your feet, look at the grass. You guys know this is really grass and not turf? It's perfect. It's just like Augusta National. It's fantastic. Thank you for having me today. No one else is going to claim the weather. I'll say I talked to Clint the other day and said, give us some good weather, and he did. It's been a really exciting 2 years since we've started this. Clint and Susie had an admiration for the University of Illinois. And anytime you can collaborate or get their involvement, you should take the opportunity. 2 years ago, the Atkins and the university did that in a big way. Today, you'll see just not a golf course changing hands. You'll see a new restaurant. You'll see beautiful open spaces and a bunch of new homes. The construction is everywhere. Part of the tag donation was 104 lots. We thought it was about a 20-year inventory at the time. Today, we've sold more than 3/4 of that inventory in 18 months. It's fantastic. The real estate revenue from that will be very beneficial to our community. I'm really proud of what we're doing here, and I hope the entire community is proud. I remember the first official round. I played it with my brother Todd, my dad Clint, and Mike Vandergost, the club manager. We were followed by Perry Green, the superintendent, and if you hit a bad shot, Perry would come over and rework the course a bit to help our future golf rounds. So needless to say, I played pretty good here. This course started out a championship course, and with the university's world-class golf program taking it over, I can't wait to play it. Thank you.
This is. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Woo!
You were warming up about somebody else. What about the ladder? Don't you realize the golf course? No That's a dangerous spot. Okay.
You are all golfers. Tell me when you're done with your picture now.
Okay.
Are we ready, guys?